Well, first of all, Harrison, Jim, congratulations. The film is absolutely incredible, and it has been 15 years since you last put on that iconic hat. How's it feel to be back?
It feels great.
Yeah?
It feels to be great. It's great to be back with a film that I have such confidence in and so much appreciated.
Was there any hesitation to dust the hat off, put it back on one last go around?
It depended on whether or not we were able to find a story that I could have full confidence in. I had always wanted to do a film about Indiana Jones towards the end of his career. And I think Jim finally developed one that really hit it out of the park, I thought.
Yeah. And Jim, what do you think was the selling point? What was it about this story that really resonated with Harrison when you two first spoke about it?
Well, I think the first thing to know about Harrison is it's not a selling point, but it's an interesting way to come at it. But if you try and sell this guy, he closes the door, no solicitors. But if you talk story and you try and figure out where is this character at this point, what is he doing? Why are we making this movie other than it's a famous piece of IP and there's a lot of people who love this character? What do we have to tell that's new about him? What does he have to play or unpack that's new about this character? And that was our focus, was just trying to figure out how to find, because it's such a wonderful world. And so many of the, while you're trying to do something new, you're also trying to carry forward with you the wonderful tone of these pictures, the kind of combination of action and comedy and character and the kind of golden age cinema feeling of these movies, which is something that Stephen and George really perfected, starting with the very first one.
Absolutely, that golden age of cinema feel absolutely comes through in this. Look, seeing you on the horse, the action, all of that again was absolutely thrilling for the audience. How was it for you? I mean, was there a lot of training that went into it? Did you have to, get back into the swing of things with the whip skills?
Yeah, I had to. Well, Jim will tell you, I had a lot of training to do on the horse. That's scary.
He's being funny. He rides horses all the time.
No, exactly. I talked to you a couple years ago about your horses, Harrison.
All right.
I'm on to you.
No, I was always anxious to find another film about Indiana Jones because I wanted to see him at the end of his life at a place where the residual effect of the life he's lived over those 4 movies catches up with him. And we find him after the first 20 minutes of the film, we find him in a different version of Indiana Jones. Yeah. But he's about to suffer a series of complications that are going to lead to one final adventure.
Right.
And I think that's the feeling that I wanted to have with this film, and I think we have it.
Absolutely. I mean, to your point, watching it, there were quite a few bittersweet moments, I would say, as a viewer, where you do see Indy aging, and I think that's something that we all sit with as we start to process.
It happens to all of us.
It happens to all of us, and
Yeah.
so to see that happen to this iconic character that we've known for so long, I think was an unexpected gift of the film, actually.
Well, thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
no, absolutely. Your own stunts, though, you're dodging my questions, Harrison. Did you do your own stunts?
No, I don't do stunts.
No?
I do physical acting.
Ooh, physical acting,
I
okay.
run, jump, fall down, roll around the floor with sweaty men.
There are at least
But I
30
don't do
occasions
stunts.
making this movie where he goes, "This is the last time I'm falling down for you," and then next week,
Yeah.
kaplunk. But it's a lot. It's a lot. It's still a lot. But the part of it is that this is not one of those movies where our bragging point is that the same guy did everything no matter what you see.
Right.
This is about the movie making and about the beauty of constructing these sequences bit by bit. I think one of the things I was listening to Harrison yesterday, and it really resonated with me, was this part where he was talking about what's most important to him in action, and it's very important to me, is tracking the character. So the parts he makes sure he covers are the parts where you know where he's at, not just is his arm up or is his arm down, or does he have the whip or the not? But where he's at in the inside, because so much of what makes the action from the very beginning wonderful and charming in these movies, the Indiana Jones films, is that they're not just brutalistic action or kind of high octane action. They're also character and comedy going on at the same time, more like a Buster Keaton film than a kind of superhero movie. So there's a quality of ingenuity to the way Indy gets out of a pickle most of the time.
Absolutely. And you know, at the beginning of this film, we're also treated to a younger Indy. So from a technical standpoint, how did you all pull that off? And then also Harrison, what did it feel like for you emotionally to see this younger Indiana Jones again?
Well, I was glad he could be conjured up for the dramatic effect that we were going for, and the real virtue of the process that we used is that it is my face. It's not a photoshopped face, so it doesn't look as artificial, perhaps, as some other technologies have produced. It is literally my face from 40 years ago, because Lucasfilm has every frame of film they ever exposed on me, those that are in the movies and those that are not.
Right.
So they can find just the right angle, just the right light, mine that. But I have to perform the scene with Jim. We have to act the scene. And
That's him.
And that's my mouth. Those are my eyes.
Yeah.
It's the face that is from 40 years ago. It's
incredible.
amazing technology, and I think it's valuable in creating the dramatic quality that we were looking for out of it.
And I think the real point for me is that when he first saw it, what he was looking at was himself, meaning because he was doing it, meaning that entire 25-minute opening sequence
It's his performance.
is his performance. He's in the outfit, he's playing younger, and we're just so that, and that's why it works so well, is because he's driving the technology, the kind of unknowable thing that captures Indiana Jones isn't up to a computer or a technician. It's being driven by the actor who's always played him.
Yeah. Now, Jim, I heard Harrison had a daily affirmation when filming. What did he say every day when it was time to shoot?
You could be talking about, let's shoot this piece of
That is exactly what I'm talking about. Can you confirm or deny, Mr. Ford?
I do not think denial would stick.
I think it checks out. I think.
It's a way-
Harrison said this as long as I've known him, previous to even this picture, that it's a wonderful way of taking the piss out of the day and getting going, because it's usually happening at 7:20 in the morning as we are all sleepily landing on the set.
Look, we rehearse things, we talk about things, we light things, we move stuff around.
We've already had our first.
Then there comes a point
Yeah.
when it's time to shoot this piece of shit.
Amen,
Everybody,
brother.
and so everybody like, okay, yeah, ready. Oh,
Yeah.
come on, let's do it. It's cheerleading.
I love it.
That's all.
I love it too.
I love it. Let's
Never,
shoot
even
this
the
piece.
crew knows
Right?
exactly what we're
Everyone.
talking
We've all
about.
had to just
Let's shoot
the
this
piece
piece
of
of
shit. No,
yes.
we've all got those days. The film premiered at Cannes, and the standing ovation moved you to tears. What was behind those tears? What was that emotion coming from?
Gratitude, recognition, appreciation for the grace of the life that I and my family are living. I mean, it's an impossible calculus to rationalize why you happen to be standing there receiving this gratitude.
Yeah.
I know what it's attached to. It's attached to being of service, telling good stories with very talented people. It's not me, it's us. It's what we have done. That's the light that's shining on me right now.
Well, it's a little bit, to me, it's a little bit about him.
I think
And
it's a lot about
a
him,
lot.
too.
Yes. For me, the one thing that was even clear sitting next to him as they ran all the clips from all the wonderful films he's made is, and continues to make, is that is just how firmly Harrison has always stood questioning the idea of just being a leading man as an idea, and that he's always trying to make his character a character with flaws and humor and contradictions. And I could see it across the breadth of his work, where every one of these beings he's brought to life is original. And with a plethora of directors and writers, that remains consistent, and I think it's consistently him.
Absolutely. Ooh.
Thanks, Bill.